United is really getting exciting, and this is where I obviously hail everyone who has been part of us for a very long period of time possible onto this channel, because on several occasions we've obviously gone ahead to come in through and obviously told you that it is really very important to really follow up onto what we research about. That Manchester United's problem has always gone ahead to be what we call the problem of Manchester United has always gone ahead to be the board, and not having competent people to obviously get everything running in its normal way. But see how things have gone ahead to change when Manchester United is running things in a normal way possible. How many deals are we really chasing at? We are chasing close to 4 deals at once, and they are all really at the same level of obviously giving us results. And you might see to it that United might really get in very many players as soon as possible. And today we are here to obviously let you know that a second bid has been submitted of Jarrad Branthwaite to the side of Everton. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. Chisitu Caesar, hello my brother. Hello, I'm good. Hope you're really having fun wherever you are. And today has been one of those days that we really anticipated a bid to go in through, as I told you, though I never thought that the first bid you're going to be getting is going to be that of Jarrad Branthwaite. I was like, the first bid is really going to be all about maybe Joshua Zexi and Matthias De Ligt. But United have gone ahead, obviously getting a bid of Jarrad Branthwaite, and it's up and running, and they're really adding dots to see to it that all really goes on as to plan to really lure Everton into what we call a convincement to get this player in here. Smash the like button close to 200 times. Don't forget to subscribe so as to see that we hit 20,000 subscribers before the end of this week. Amid Kamara, how are you, my brother? Thank you for obviously watching in through. And guess what? The Muslims, Barakallahu fikum. To the Christians, we cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Who has gone ahead to break the story? It has been Chris Wheeler. Chris Wheeler is a football writer for the Daily Mail. He has come out and confirmed to us that Man United have submitted an improved bid of £45 million plus £5 million for Everton centre-back Jarrad Branthwaite. That is the bid that has going to be put in by the club of Manchester United. And this takes us back when I think it was really mid-June when Manchester United came up and obviously put in what we call a bid of £35 million plus I think £5 million of add-ons. We had there 5 or 7, and this bid was rejected instantly. Now they've gone ahead obviously make what we call a £50 million bid, and it has been confirmed by all sources, by all the tier 1 journalists, that a bid has gone ahead to go in for Jarrad Branthwaite, to an extent that even Fabrizio Romano has come out and said Manchester United have sent new bid to Everton for Jarrad Branthwaite tonight. £45 million fixed fee plus £5 million of add-ons. The proposal is formal and official, as Chris Wheeler has reported. Everton insists on a 65/70 million pound price for Jarrad Branthwaite. No deal again at this stage. So that is like the bid is going to be rejected by Everton, because Everton believe this player will go in for 60 to 75 million pounds, and Manchester United are still pushing to see to it that they get in this deal over the line. So after that, even David Austin came out and really told us something about this bid that is going to have to be submitted in by Manchester United. And he said Manchester United improve offer for Jarrad Branthwaite to 45 plus £5 million. Chris Wheeler reveals new Man United proposal falls far below Everton valuation and has no chance of being accepted. Everton see Maguire, Fofana, Vardio as pricing benchmarks in there for you. So it is really getting hard for the club of Manchester United, because I see no reason as to why a club like Manchester United should come in through and really pay more than £60 million for this guy. This is where everything really gets wrong for me, and I know why we are going in for him. he's English, and Manchester United will want to obviously get in homegrown players that are really young, and they've gone ahead to find themselves in a position that they're not making what we call, you cannot come in through and really buy this player this amount of money. I tell you, that is a lot. It's a lot of money for a guy who is really that kind. And remember how the deal went ahead to backfire, to Manchester United, and it was in their favor, because Harry Maguire is one of those deals that I believe Manchester United wouldn't have gone ahead to do by then, because Ruben Diaz would have gone ahead to come in through and really serve a better purpose. But why did we go in for Harry Maguire? It's because he's a born and bred player. So when you look at Harry Maguire, they bought him for £80 million. Talk of Fofana, £75 million from Leicester City to Chelsea, and Josko Vardio, I think it was around 75 to 77 million pounds from RB Leipzig to the side of Man City. So they want the money into that ilk, but I don't know how Man United are really gonna pull themselves to obviously get to that mark that is wanted by the team called Everton. I believe that there is a very good player in Jarrad Branthwaite, and we love him, but that is a lot of money. It's really asking hugely. It's a huge ask for the club of Manchester United, obviously getting this guy. But it shows you intent that Manchester United has unanimously agreed to obviously go in for this player. And the big question for most of you was, now, what does it mean? Are we going to really get off the deal of Matthias de Ligt? Fabrizio Romano has also gone ahead to confirm to us that Manchester United consider Jarrad Branthwaite and Matthias de Ligt as two separate deals. Everton insist on 65/70 million pounds for the central defender. De Ligt talks with Bayern Munich continue with Manchester United, increasingly confident. Both players are keen on the move. De Ligt only wants United. Now, I can really add dots and really understand why Manchester United have gone ahead, obviously put in a bid for Jarrad Branthwaite first, and why they obviously want to first get him first, because Jarrad Branthwaite is going to be returning to the training ground of Everton when they commence training very soon from now, and he never went to the Euros, meaning that his holiday is over and is reporting on duty to train with the side of Everton in the preseason. Yet, for Matthias de Ligt, even if you put in a bid right now, you are not going to have him. He's still at the Euros. Netherlands, a team I support, has a chance to play into the finals of the Euros 2024, and you cannot really come out and really trust him, because he's still there. You don't know what can happen there. And when he comes out, if at all they play the final 14th this month, he'll have to rest for 3 weeks, and he'll return towards the last week of United returning to the United Kingdom from the US, meaning that he won't be able to take part into the central defense game of Manchester United when you're playing against Man City. That is the huge problem. So I understand why United are really putting in a bid of Jarrad Branthwaite first, because when you have Jarrad Branthwaite, that means he's gonna even be able to be part of the side of Manchester United that is gonna be really playing against Rosenborg, Rangers, Rio Betis, Arsenal, and Liverpool, way up in the US. You understand? So it's really going to be very important for the club of Manchester United, obviously put in a very big show for this guy. And if at all he comes in through and everything goes on as to plan, a lot will really give us the best that we deserve as the side of Manchester United. So the second bid is in. United looks like they want to get this deal over the line, because for Zexi, it's just a matter of time. Even if United submits a bid in, everything will go on as to plan. But the problem is, Zexi is also a player that is playing in the Euros for the Netherlands. And this guy, the other guy called Ugarte, is also one of those players that is really showing huge intent when he's playing for the side of, what is the name? When he's playing for the side of Uruguay. They knocked out Brazil and they went into the semi-finals of the Copa America. So that is really very, very important to note, and that's why Man United have gone here to put in a bid of Jarrad Branthwaite, though it is expected to be rejected, and they want between 65 to 75 million pounds in there for you. So I'm having Amidu Kamara. How is Sierra Leone? Hope you're really having fun. To Sabe Levy, hello Aradi. I wish United signs Branthwaite and Delete. Obviously, the plan is to sign both of them, and the reason as to why they want to first get in these players is because they want to move on more to central defenders from that central defense of Manchester United. We all know that Lindelof is wanted by Fenerbahce, and United want like 15 million pounds. They are negotiating onto that. Then there is another deal of Harry Maguire. You get, teams in Italy are showing huge interest, and teams in the Premier League are showing huge interest. And if I told Manchester United can get like 30 million pounds from Harry Maguire and 15 from the side of Victor Lindelof, obviously they will have gone ahead to obviously get in some good money. That is 45 million pounds to obviously add it onto what they have to really balance up the queue. And it is really huge, and Man United is really working tooth and nail to see to it that this deal really comes to pass and get these players in, because we are really grateful to see to it that everything is really happening in as planned. So both players are going to be coming to the club of Manchester United, right? And if United was not willing to get in Matthias de Ligt, there is no way they would have gone ahead, obviously, go into those further talks. And putting in a second bid for Jarrad Branthwaite doesn't really send United out of the way, because United and Bayern Munich are at a level of discussing what we call the structure of deal of payment for Matthias de Ligt. Personal terms are not a problem with Matthias de Ligt, and everything is really gonna be coming up in there for you. So that is what we call the English tax. You know, if he wasn't an English player, there is no way Man United would have gone ahead, obviously, pay that amount of money. All Everton would have gone obviously be requesting that amount of money. 50 million pound quid. I think let's make it 50 plus 10 million pounds of add-ons. That is it. If I'm Man United, that will be a better deal for me. That is it. But we are really having some fun. I'm having Jata. Hey bro, I'm watching you from Italy. I'm happy for you. All right, thank you very much for watching in through. And there is Chisito Caesar. I'm watching you from California. That is United States of America. Now, those that are really watching in from those countries that can really buy super chats, we can as well come in through and really buy a super chat to obviously support this channel. You see that dollar sign down there? Hit on it, and after hitting on it, you can obviously put in any amount of money that you want to support this channel. And secondly, you can as well become a member and really pay close. Are they $3 per month and become become a member for this channel in there. Now we are having Amidu Kamara. For me, Rokani, if this bid is not accepted, I think United should walk away to other targets. No, I think that's not the way we are supposed to be doing this deal, because there are very many options. You know, you are having Victor Lindelof. You can as well tell Everton that 50 million pounds plus Victor Lindelof. Are you getting me the player? Because they will need to sign a replacement, meaning that they'll get in 50 million pounds plus a Victor Lindelof who is going to come in through and obviously play very well into that side of Everton and really suit in well. You get? You can as well even put on Harry Maguire, but the problem with Harry Maguire are the wages. Harry Maguire earns ridiculous wages at the club of Manchester United. We all know he earns close to £200,000 a week, yet Lindelof is between 120 to 140,000 pounds a week. So I wouldn't like United to walk away, but all they have to do is, unless otherwise, the deal commences, or the ask is at 70 million pounds. I think for 70 we'll walk away, but for 60 million pounds, 50 million pounds up front plus 10 million pounds of add-ons, I think I can see United executing that deal. I know they love the player. Why? He's English, and you know that we are losing out on very many homegrown players. For example, Fosun Omori has gone ahead to leave. He's a homegrown player. United expects Bissaka to leave. He's a homegrown player. Then you are having Harry Maguire expected to leave. He's a homegrown player. There is another player called Scott McTominay is one of those players that might leave the club of Manchester United at the summer transfer window, and that is another homegrown player that is really leaving. Hannibal might also leave the club of Manchester United, obviously see himself be that homegrown player who is really leaving the club of Manchester United, meaning that there are very many people or players that are set to leave that are really homegrown that we need to obviously replace. And if you lose close to 5 homegrown players, you need to obviously sign in players that are really homegrown, and that's why Jarrad Branthwaite is really very important signing for the club of Manchester United. You get out Harry Maguire, get in the side of Jarrad Branthwaite, because when you get out of those players, we will have the 8 English players into the mix that will come in through and with the needful into that central defense. I think Evans is regarded as homegrown, UK, and he's really one of those players that is going to obviously put in a very huge shift. Remember, he came from the academy of Manchester United. Then you are having Luke Shaw, he's homegrown. Willie Camboala, homegrown. Kobe Mainoo, homegrown. Who else? Garnacho, homegrown. Marcus Rashford, homegrown. Mason Mount, homegrown. Whitley is up into that squad, so we can have the 8. So if you add on Jarrad Branthwaite, it can easily become 9 or 10. So that's why Manchester United is really working tooth and nail to get this deal over the line, because I know what it means to be having a homegrown player at the club of Manchester United. So I think I've gone ahead to give you a very good reply, Mr. Amidou Camara from Sierra Leone, about the bid of Jarrad Branthwaite that has gone ahead obviously be put in by the club of Manchester United, but it's set to be rejected. Amidou Camara, this guy is not worth 70 million. Yeah, he's not worth it, but in the game of football, never say never, because anything can happen. You know, we live in different levels, and a lot are really gonna be coming in through to put in a very huge shift into the mix. So Sentongo Fred talk about Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood looks like he's gonna be going to the side of Marseille. I really landed on the story, though I haven't gone here to publish it, that Mason Greenwood has huge interest to join Marseille, and Marseille are really working on terms for the club of Manchester United, and they want to see to it that they get him close to a deal around £30 million, and then a huge sell-on clause for the guy known as Mason Greenwood from the side of Manchester United to Marseille. And if at all Marseille is selling him, I think United want close to 40% of the sell-on clause. And you know that Greenwood is going to be sold from that side if at all he plays for the side of, you know, if you can't afford that price, then you shouldn't go in for him. So for me, Mason Greenwood is a very good player, and I think what Man United is doing is really great. Sell him to Marseille, huge sell-on clause, because they're going to sell him expensively for like 100 million euros. The quality of this guy is really out of this world, and you know how Marseille sells its players expensively, if at all you've been following them up. So Greenwood at Manchester United, he's not coming to the training ground like the players have gone to join today, but he's really pushing hard to see to it that all really goes on as planned. Now, we are having Amidou Camara. Why are United not including Maguire into the deal? I don't know, but to include Harry Maguire in the deal, even Everton have to show intent of interest. But Harry Maguire is an expensive player. You understand? He is an expensive player in as far as wages are really concerned, meaning that a team like Everton, with the financial fair play problems and the Premier League feasibility rules that are really happening into their career, they cannot really go in for a player who earns that, because they don't want to obviously bulge their wage bill. I think that's what they really want to do, and that is the side known as Arsenal. Sorry, that's the side known as Everton. And Bob the Blue, if you can't afford the 100 million required for Branthwaite, we can sell you Holgate for 50 million pounds. I think this one is an Everton fan. Now, I think you stand to be corrected. Everton are calling in for 65 to 70 million pounds. That's the amount of money Everton is calling in for. And Man United is like, we are having 45 plus 50 million plus 5 billion pounds of add-ons, and Everton is like, we want 65 to 70 million pounds. And I think United, with the intent they've gonna hit to show, they are gonna find themselves really leaving the side of they are gonna find themselves leaving the side of they are gonna find themselves leaving the side of they are gonna find themselves going in for this guy, because they know that it's really important to see to it that all comes to pass, and the intent they're gonna hit to put in to sign this guy shows that they are not looking back. The first raid failed, the second raid is in, it's anticipated that it's really gonna fail. That is it. So I think United will go in for a third raid for this player. I'm 100% sure Manchester United will go in for the third raid for a player known as Jarrad Branthwaite. That is it. So after that, you say that why would we want Maguire when we have Branthwaite? Obviously, you have to understand that you are an Everton fan, but Branthwaite is not your player. He's not your player anymore, because the levels at which he's playing at, he deserves to be playing for Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, name it. And that's why even the player has already gone ahead to agree personal terms with Manchester United, and even Everton is willing to sell. But they are not willing to sell on a cheap. You get? All they want is 65 to 75 million pounds. And I tell you, he is really good. I must admit, he's really a very good player. Jarrad Branthwaite is a very good player that I believe has a very huge future in football, and I think Manchester United are really looking at him. And the beautiful thing of him is he is comfortable with the ball on both of his feet. You know, he can play well with the right foot and play well with the left foot, and he can play as a left-sided centre back and as a right-sided centre back, meaning that you can partner him with Matthias de Ligt, or you can partner him with the side of Lisandro Martinez. You understand? So I think that is really huge to note that he's a very good player and he is wanted by Manchester United. Man City is in the queue, but I don't know when they're going to coming through. And for Everton, they would love to see it that a bidding war comes in through, but there is no important team that is going to hit to come in through and really put in a bid and show intent to sign this player other than Manchester United. But that's exactly what they would have gone ahead to want to happen, to see it that they obviously maximize the selling price for this guy. You talked about Holgate. If Holgate was good, he would have already gone ahead to be signed from Everton, but he's not anywhere near the levels of Harry Maguire or Lindelof. Yet Jarrad Branthwaite for me is better than Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof. You get in Holgate at Manchester United, it's a downgrade. But when you get in Branthwaite at Manchester United, it's an upgrade. That's why Man United is going in for Branthwaite, not Holgate. Holgate for me is not all that a very good defender, and he deserves to be playing for teams like Everton, right? Tell me any big club that has ever gone here to come in through and really show interest in Holgate, meaning that he's not good. Why get us Holgate? And Holgate is not even more than 20 million pounds, you know? And you're talking about 50 million pounds. He's not a 50 million pound player. The player United want is none other than the player United want is Jarrad Branthwaite. I'm having Lusabe Levy. Did Olise join Munich? Yeah, he joined Munich, and he was unveiled over the weekend as a player. You know, if you know, you know. He joined Munich, and he found himself in a position of really doing a lot that way. So that is the guy called Olise. Olise joined Munich. That is it. He joined Munich, and he's a Bayern Munich player, and they've gone ahead to allow him to take part in the Olympics, right? Now I'm having Bob the Blue, an Everton supporter. No, the price to United is 100 million pounds, or we will sell to Madrid or City next season. No way, no way, no way. Madrid is in for Lenny Yoro and William Saliba. There is no way they are coming close to that guy. And for Man City, they cannot buy Jarrad Branthwaite for £100 million because there is a player that they've loved a lot ever since he came in through in the Premier League, known as Bruno Guimaraes. But guess what happened? The release clause was there and they said we cannot trigger it, obviously pay that amount of money. So £100 million is not for every player. But I tell you, Branthwaite is really a pure quality player. And I think the best amount that I think United can pay is £60 million for Jarrad Branthwaite. And I know this bid is going to be rejected, but after the bid getting rejected, everything is really going to come to what we call a third ride, and United will obviously go in huge in there for you. Bob the Blue is saying that he's our player. Yeah, he's your player by default. And I tell you, he's going to be leaving the side of Manchester United. So he's going to be coming to Manchester United. To show you that he's no longer your player, he has already gone ahead to agree personal terms with the club of Manchester United, meaning that even Everton is okay with the player leaving, and they've gone ahead to succumb to pressure that they cannot really hold to this player, I tell you. So, I tell you, one thing that we have to obviously come in through and really do the needful is that Man United has to obviously offer something more to obviously get this guy. I know we are really having a very good go, and I really believe that this deal will come to pass. It will come to pass, and United will really seal the deal in a nick of time because we have some good negotiators that are really good at really doing such negotiations of businesses for the club of Manchester United. Now, I'm having Holgate is more... Holgate. Do you know Manchester United? Holgate is an Everton level. He's not a Manchester United level player. Let's not try to obviously come in through and confuse up things, but he's not... Holgate cannot even come close to Manchester United. He's not even allowed to come to what we call Carrington, because before you reach Old Trafford, Carrington comes first. There is no way he cannot even come close to Carrington. You know, that's how bad he is, and he cannot obviously be that player that Manchester United will always need. And then we are having Thomas Donker, greetings from Ghana. Everton has rejected it just now, so that we'll do it again. All right. I expected the bid to be rejected. That is it. But all in all, United won't stop. United will go in for another bid. I tell you, another bid will be loading, and this time round, it's not going to take far from really putting in the bid. Remember, it has taken us close to 2-3 weeks to put in this bid. You get? Ever since we put in the first bid that was rejected by Everton, meaning that Manchester United is really looking forward to obviously get this deal done as soon as possible. And I think by end of this week, we'll have what we call a huge development into this deal. But even Fabrizio Romano, David Osteen have come out and told us that it is not the money Everton want. You know, Everton want between 60 to 75 million pounds, and Manchester United has to add on more 10 or 15 million pounds to get this deal over the line. So that is it. And Bob the Blue, do you know who gave Branthwaite his break? It was Carlo Ancelotti, and Madrid is a step up, but is not. Let me tell you, if you read the room and you're Jarrad Branthwaite, look at Real Madrid. Look at the central defenders they're having. Lenny Yoro is soon joining Real Madrid. Now, they'll be having Lenny Yoro, Militao, Rudiger, and Alaba in that central defense. 4 quality central defenders, right? After that, you look at Manchester United. When you look at Manchester United, they're having defenders who are really phasing out. They are building a new central defense partnership, and he can outcompete Maguire at Manchester United and Lindelof plus John Evans and Camboala, meaning that he can easily get into the central defense for the club of Manchester United. And you weigh Branthwaite's chances. Where do you think he can play? Where do you think he can play? Easily. It's at Manchester United. That is it. It's at Manchester United. So at Real Madrid, he'll need to be a bench player. But if he comes into at Manchester United, he's going to get straight into the starting 11 for the club of Manchester United. And guess what? He's going to get the slot at the English national team, because the reason as to why he was dropped from the Euro team or the Euro squad was because he was playing at Everton. I tell you, if Jarrad Branthwaite was playing for Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, or Man United, he would have been at the Euros. Look at Kobe Mainoo. Kobe Mainoo was picked ahead of players like Jadon Henderson and very many others because he's playing for Manchester United. You get? Look at Carl Palmer. He was taken there because he plays for Manchester United. You understand? So, I want Bob the Blue, the best chance for him to obviously prosper in his career is to come and play for Manchester United. That is it. So, if you wish him well, he has to come in through and really play for the club of Manchester United because he's going to get straight into the team of Manchester United. Then, Bob the Blue agreeing personal terms means that the agent has spoken to the buying club. That's all. And that means the team is willing to sell because the stance of the club is known by the agent. And there is no way United would have gone ahead to be coming in through obviously make bids to Everton when they haven't gone ahead to be given green light that Everton is selling. You cannot bid for a player that is not up for sale. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. You only bid for a player who is really gonna be up for sale. So the reason as to why Man United is really bidding for this guy, it's because the guy is Everton is willing to sell. You understand? You cannot bid for a player whose club is not willing to sell. That is it. So let's go a little bit of Lenny Yoro. David Austin also told us that Manchester United are still actively pursuing a deal for Lenny Yoro. Real Madrid are still at the moment seen as favourites, and United are really pushing. Then Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United, Liverpool and PSG are still trying to see if there is a chance for Lenny Yoro, but Real Madrid are in control and remain the favourites. The player already has an agreement with them and wants to join them. So, you now know the reason as to why Manchester United is pushing to obviously go in and really get the deal of Jarrad Branthwaite done, because everything that is really happening right now is really great. And Lenny Yoro is going to Real Madrid unless otherwise Real Madrid fail to get him the money that Lille wants. But he has shown interest to play for them, and Real Madrid are really trying to add up dots, and in the due course of adding up dots, they feel like they'll get the best of the best to really get them up and running into the system of really getting the deal done. So that is all about the man known as Lenny Yoro. So Jarrad Branthwaite is really on top of the list of Manchester United. Matthias De Ligt, Manuel Ugarte, and Zexi. Those 4 deals are what United are really working on right about now. Thomas Donko talking about Manuel Ugarte. Ugarte has proceeded to obviously go in and really take his team to the semi-finals of the Copa America. And I'm having stories coming in through from France that Man United have gone ahead to submit in a bid of Manuel Ugarte. Story that I'm yet to confirm. You know, I really want to hear sources from France. All else, David Austin, Fabrizio Romano, Sami Mikbo, and so on and so forth. But I'm going to really follow up onto that story, and I tell you, I'm going to come up with something concrete about it. But right now, I cannot come here and really lie to you about what is happening, right? So let's wait and see how that pans out. And Bob the Blue is saying bullshit. Everton will finish above United this season. The best thing for Branthwaite is to stay with us for another year and then go to City or Real Madrid. United is a player's graveyard. You know, you saying that Everton is gonna really complete the season above of Manchester United, then you are deluded. Ever since we started watching football, when has it ever happened? Even this season, even the previous season where United looked ugly, we saw ourselves really finish 8th. You couldn't even come close to us. And like it or not, Manchester United is really doing better. If you look at the structure of the club, those are things we've been calling in for the last 10 years, ever since Alex Ferguson left, because we've seen teams with successful models. Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool. All those teams do have a CEO. They have a director of football. They have head of recruitment. They have a technical director. You get? Those 4 or 5 people are really important at the club. But Man United had just some of those, and they're really incompetent because they were never tested anywhere in their career. So that makes them really not live up to the expectation. So United is a changed United. Next season, we're going to be shocked. United is really going to compete at high levels, and that's why Jarrad Branthwaite has going to have to find it very okay for him to join Manchester United, though he said he's not gonna force a move, like putting in a transfer request to leave Everton to go to Manchester United. He wants to really honor Everton, and he has left it in between Everton and Manchester United to discuss, because for him, personal terms have gonna have to be agreed, and he's ready to become a Red Devil in the coming days. So that is it. And Thomas Donker blew the bulb. All right, he's not in the dream, but I know he's just trying to spice up. He knows the truth. He knows the truth. But I think if at all he was talking, if at all he was referring to Liverpool, I would have gone ahead to understand, because Everton fans have really a wrath between him and Liverpool. But I don't know why he really hates Man United, you know. But you'd have gone to be excited, because Manchester United right now is an improved institution with the new things that are going to obviously be put up at the club of Manchester United. The structure is really great, and we're here to wait and see. Now, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thomas Donker from Ghana, Bob the Blue, thank you for watching in through. I hope you become a regular on this channel. Subscribe, please. Thomas, I'm really having other people in here. I'm having to Sabe Levy, thank you for watching in through. Then there is Sentongo Fred, thank you for watching through. Amidu Kamara, thank you for watching through. Chisitu Caesar, nice be seeing you here. And Amidu Kamara, thank you guys for watching through. Rokan David is my name. That has been a quick update. I had obviously coming through and really put it up into your know, and I'm gonna be returning with more news and information about Manchester United. We sign out for now.